Hi folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. Even though it's fall now, and a lot of people have turned their attention to other things than just fishing, one of my great friends had just sent me a picture. He says that his wife had just caught this gigantic northern pike. So I inquired further, how did this all happen? They were fishing out in the St. Lawrence River, and they were fishing for perch. And he said that the pike that they caught was in 50 feet of water, 50 feet down, and that's where they were catching perch. So apparently that pike knew that's where his food was. And I think a lot of times when we think of the St. Lawrence, we don't realize that all these species of fish, their number primary motivation in their brain is to eat. And that's where the food was. So that's where that northern pike went. And I think to be a good angler in the St. Lawrence, it really requires the ability to be able to fish deep as well as shallow. Most people spend most of their time trying to catch fish out of the shallow areas because it's easier fishing. They can use just about anything, and they don't need to have their lure drop down to the depths of where some of these fish go. But we have to realize that fish will go down to this very, very deep water, and your ability to fish down there might determine whether you ever catch one of these trophies. Now, this northern pike was monstrous. It was 48 inches long, and it's amazing. Now, the other thing we have to realize that if you're catching a fish at that depth, we think of all the smallmouth bass that the tournament anglers come to fish and how it's so critical that they fizz these bass. They release the air pressure that builds up in their bladder, and they'll bubble that that out of them. You can see the bubbles coming out of the side of the fish. But don't think that these other species are immune to the same thing. Anything that goes down that deep and is brought up quickly is going to suffer the bends. And so a northern pike, anything that's caught down there, a walleye, anything, would need to be fizzed as well. And I've had reports of other people that are fizzing their fish that are coming from these depths that aren't bass. So the real interest to me is that northern pike was in that deep of water. We don't think of northern as going to that kind of depth, but they will if that's their home. The St. Lawrence River is their home, and they're going to go where other bait fish go because that's what they eat. In this case, the perch were bait fish to them. Northern pike will eat a perch 11 inches long all day long if it could eat that long. But this was important news, and I appreciate Kent sending me this message. If he listens to this, he'll know I'm talking about him. But I hate to use names on the radio without asking people first. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report.